Welcome back to the What's Up North County Morning Brew. We got Lorelei Capel here with our City of Atascadero update. What's happening in Atascadero? Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. You're my first guest back since being back from the trip.
Great. Well,
yeah,
I feel
I'm excited.
honored.
And we're gonna talk all things Atascadero
I love it. My favorite
there's so much
topic.
stuff to talk about.
So
right?
much.
And we're talking about the red scooter. Right, we're going to talk about the scooter club,
gang.
right?
My girls love it when you talk about the scooter gang. They're like, we're on the morning brew.
Awesome, Eric. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome back. Well, we should have played that. Welcome back. Remember that? Welcome back, Carter.
No, what's that?
Come on,
I'm sorry.
you're not that young.
Lorelei,
Come on.
I'm in the same boat with you. Don't worry about it.
Hey,
No, guys, come on.
you.
I hate when I sit there and give references and nobody knows.
sorry.
Welcome back, Carter.
Still nothing. Doesn't ring a bell.
John Travolta. Welcome back, Carter.
That-
Let's see. What was the?
Give me a year, because I tell you what.
Welcome back,
I'm
Carter.
not that much.
No,
younger than you.
it wasn't John Travolta. It was Jimmy. It was anyways. Okay.
You just dated yourself.
Yeah, he was a principal. He was a principal in a school, and is it like in the Bronx, and it just had so many different types of
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, welcome back,
I'm
Carter.
gonna Google it.
Welcome back,
Yeah,
Carter.
I
All
promise.
right. So what's been going on? What's been happening?
So many things.
Your husband had his surgery,
He is
which
back in
went
action.
good.
He's the bionic man, and he's rocking and rolling. And we've been going out on dates. We've been catching up for lost time. So Cambria last weekend, stunning. Madeline's. Have you ever been to Madeline's?
The Mexican restaurant?
No, it's actually this French restaurant in up on the north end of Main Street in Cambria.
Okay.
So good. We had a gift certificate for like a year and a half. We just couldn't get there, and it was too much of a drive for him with kind of back issues. We went, and it was the best thing we've ever had. It was stunning. So, yeah.
You know what? Cambria is that place that you just, you kind of, it's like out of the way. I mean, it takes a little bit to get there.
Yeah.
Kind of like Creston.
It's a destination.
You have to want to go there.
Yes.
But once
It's a
you get
treat.
there, you're like, why don't I come here more often?
You'd be surprised, though. It was the most epic, bizarre day. We felt like, what is happening right now? We're like in a movie. We just had these fighter jets flying over as we're walking on the boardwalk.
Oh, I love that.
You couldn't hear them coming until after they had passed, of course, because they were going Mach whatever. I think they were going out to Lemoore or something, but they were doing these hot laps, and we had like 5 of them, and we were just 1, 2, 3, and it was just magical, and it was beautiful and sunny, even though it wasn't beautiful in
Was that like
Atascadero.
3 weeks ago?
No, it was this weekend. It was crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I know a couple weeks ago that jet was around here,
Oh, yeah.
North County.
I think they're doing training or
And
something.
I mean, you got Hunter Liggett out there,
Yeah.
and they're always out there training.
Yeah.
In I mean, with the world today, who
Yeah,
knows?
I know.
Maybe they need some
ready.
extra training, but yeah, it's so cool,
Yeah,
huh?
it was awesome. It was just an epic day. And so, yeah, all sorts of cool things. But that was the first time we've actually left Atascadero for things. We usually go there for date night because I feel like that's our place and we should be
In Atascadero?
supporting all the businesses. But we've really done a pretty good job of hitting up all the new restaurants in Atascadero. So
There's so much stuff that's happening in Atascadero, and you almost have to have like a weekly like newsletter that
do.
goes out. Do you?
actually, they have, if you've seen the New Times had like January restaurant month or February
Right.
restaurant month, I forget, and there was all these deals if you went on like a midweek. And so it was like Kula was featured, and then it was Street Side one day and Mr. Q. So we literally went restaurant hopping with my mom, and I did it. It was awesome. So you just kind of take advantage of the little deals around town, and it's kind of like a passport.
Right.
You just kind of check them off as we go, and we're like, we did
Now
it.
you guys did that. You guys did the Sip and Shop,
Yeah.
which on, let's see, that was Valentine's Day, and then
Sweetheart stroll.
is there a Sip and so is it every month?
You know what, we have in the past, but I think it loses its luster. So now we're kind of trying to concentrate them.
Get into the concerts
Yeah.
and stuff
So
like
then
that.
last
Maybe.
year we did first Fall Fridays.
Right.
But the coolest thing about that is there was this grassroots movement from a lot of the businesses. I believe this awesome gal, Amy from Golden State Goods, put it together, and she did the art hop. And then she got some people behind it, and then it was like the Art After Dark people were getting involved, and then every store had an artist of some sort. And it wasn't all just about the wine, and it was not just focused on Entrada, it was all over downtown. And so it was more about kids and, adults and families and of course, older strollers, and it was just, the thing was awesome. It was just, there were so many people. It was our highest attended ever. So it's not just like, oh, the chamber's going to host this thing and we're all going to walk around town with wine and go into some shops and they'll stay open late. It was like everyone's featuring an artist. The kids were like checking them off and seeing how many they could see. You had to like time yourself and say, I'm only going to stay for 9 minutes in each one because I want to see them all. And it was like 40 something artists or something like that.
Wow.
It was just really cool. So they're not going to do it every year, but we're going to do, I think, Dia de los Muertos this year as the city. We'll host that one.
That'll be May 5th.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's Dia de los Muertos is right after Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like November something this year, 1st.
But did you guys plan on doing the Cinco de Mayo again?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
As well
Tamale
in May?
Fest this year.
Right.
May the 3rd instead of May the 4th this year. So Tamale
crazy.
Fest and party downtown and yeah.
Well, Lorelai, before we get into all the things at Atascadero, so what does 2025 look like for you? Like as a not necessarily work wise, but I mean, I know you're big into the scooter gang. I mean, I don't know if you guys are still accepting members, or anything like that.
Yeah.
But what does 2025 look for you guys? Now, obviously with your husband with the new bag, Bionic Man.
Yes.
So I mean, it's like the sun has parted the clouds.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Honestly, I was ready for 2024 to just kind of wrap. There was some kind of bad feelings. Honestly, it sounds silly, but as an economic developer, like the retail side of last year was so bad nationally. It was really painful. So surgeries for my family. My daughter had her tonsils out. My husband had his back fixed. My son had to recover from an injury from baseball. So it was just like, let's just wash that away. And honestly, 2025 has just been off to a beautiful start. I'm going to knock on some wood here. But just with work, with home, everything feels lighter. I feel like we're going in an awesome direction, and I'm really pumped and I'm really positive. I think we're going to be doing some travel. Daughter's graduating from college this year.
Oh,
so
from which college?
She's at Arizona State.
Oh, nice.
So she's going to be coming home and getting out of the heat because it was a rough 3 years of 100 and something degrees, like record-breaking heat. So
right.
So I think that's the big one for us. But as far as work goes,
you got baseball season.
Cool things. Baseball season.
Right.
We're right in the middle of spring training right now, so we'll be hitting up, seeing some baseball games when we're even in Arizona. So for graduation. So
now you have boys though too, right?
I have a son who's 19 and my daughter's 21. Yep.
Oh, I thought he was still in school.
Yeah. No. He's he's working in Templeton at Kinetics Physical Therapy and kicking butt.
Awesome.
Yeah, loving what he's doing. So
very cool.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. So it feels good. What about you? What's your 2025?
You know what? That's a good question. You know what? It's I
Mexico?
pretty much go to just got back from Mexico. My daughter got married.
Yeah, congratulations.
So got a new son-in-law, which
Yay.
he's been part of the family for for a long time. Anyways, this is just official. But
Yeah.
we had about 45 people that went.
I love it.
Went to Cancun. It's a little rough getting me to destinations because that's 5 hours on the airplane. My wife lied to me. She said it was only 2. She kept telling me it was
dirty
only 2, and
trick.
everybody I kept asking and telling, they're like, "Oh, well, that's like a 4.5 hour trip."
Were you
I'm like,
taking a
"No, my
super
wife
jet?
said 2."
Supersonic jet, 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, we get into Mexico, so I get my, everybody's giving me like, okay, you got to, take these before you get on the plane and this and that. So anyways, I had this whole cocktail of like pills that people were like, hey, take this. Hey, hey, take this. So if I probably would have taken them, I probably had to go to the hospital to get my stomach pumped,
Yeah.
right? So I decided to go with the old trusty old alcohol.
Sure.
And
Drink
gummies.
on the plane.
So I did that, smuggled those on, got those on, and then I was fine. I was good until we got into Mexico. They almost didn't let us into Mexico. So everybody else is on the other side, right? And so me being me, this whole thing went like this, and nobody's in line, so I just pulled that thing off and I just walked right through. And this lady,
Oh no, airport.
Yeah,
security.
Mexican policia went ballistic on me. And I'm like,
Followed the rules, Randy.
I'm like, what?
You're out of the country. Follow the
Yeah.
rules.
And so I literally passed over to the other side, and she's like, no, you come here. I'm like, I got to go right there.
Shortcut.
And she made me come out. She made everybody come out because they all followed me. And I'm just like, dang it, punch your neck. And then so I get to the front. Wait right here, and this other guy over here, he waves us on like, is that you over here? And we go over there. Took us like 10 minutes to get through there. He asked us where we're from. He wanted the registration or the wedding invitation. He wanted to know where we live.
What?
He wanted to know what our reason for being there, how long we're going to be there, where we're staying when we're there. And I'm sitting there just fuming, just going like, what in the hell's going on here? Like, I can't get into Mexico, you know? I mean, hello.
I'm glad you made it home.
Yeah. Well, home was a different story. So, yeah, home was a
man.
different story. It's a
Well,
little bit more rougher. But everything in between, all you
Yeah.
can drink, all you could eat, I'm game for.
Okay.
You know,
All right. So,
so
it was a
just drop me
success.
off on a boat and I'll walk
Yeah.
or swim or whatever. But the airplane ride,
wanna fly.
that's the scary part.
Yeah, it sounds
So,
like it. I'm sorry.
and Eric flies all over the place. I kept thinking that, going, how the hell? There's no way I could do anything past 5 hours. 5 hours was my max.
You
I was
start to
like,
get cabin fever and lose your mind a little or something?
well, just, I mean, you know, doing one of these
Yeah,
things
yeah.
and,
It's not natural to
you know, my
fly.
mind is like, you know, because then all the airplane, you know, accidents and stuff like that, I'm thinking,
Gotta
okay.
stop watching the news.
I'm looking out the window going, okay, I don't see any planes going by, you know, and it's just crazy. It's just a wild time. So,
Well,
no planes for me. I'm not a plane.
okay.
Get me
I get it.
wheels.
You're not alone. There's a
Get-
lot of other people.
yeah.
I personally love them, so I just want
Eric, how do you
go
do it?
places.
Is Eric even back? Did he fall asleep?
No, I'm trying to post this stuff.
I didn't know if he fell
Sorry.
asleep back there.
No, I'm over here posting. Well, what was the question? Sorry.
Oh,
Plane rides.
plane rides.
How
plane
do you do
rides?
it? You're a jet setter.
Oh man, yeah. It's basically I take Ativan and whiskey, and that gets me through the flight because usually the flights that I take are 10 hours plus long.
Dang, where are you going?
So like in a couple months we're headed off to Australia, and that's going to be I believe
Oh.
a 16 or 17-hour flight straight there.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to be wild.
Wow.
But yeah, you just got to kind of get through it.
Australia's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
No thanks. I'm good. I haven't even seen a lot of the United States.
Yeah, that's true.
Hell, I haven't even seen a lot of California. I just went to Chico for the first time
Oh.
like 3 months ago or 3 years
That's
ago,
cool. Yeah.
and I thought it was like a city.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, it's
it
kinda
looked.
like
It's looked like it literally looked like a transplant of San Luis
Yeah,
Obispo.
it does.
So
I gotta say, man, I'd rather fly because we just got back from Arizona. Yesterday, 2 days ago, and oh my God, that drive is horrible. Dude.
It is rough.
It's a rough drive. It was
Yeah.
9 hours straight from
oh yeah.
where the hell- Tempe, Arizona,
Yeah.
all the way to here. Oof.
And that's if you don't stop. My daughter just did the drive and got home Monday for spring break. So with
Yeah,
three friends.
we had to stop like every 2 hours.
Oh, sorry.
we passed. We were coming back from. We decided to come home because everybody's sick. You know, my wife's sick. We're just like, okay, let's, because we rolled into LA probably like at 10 or something like that. So we decided, let's just, you know, take off 3.5 hours, 3 hours, we'll be home, right? So jump in the car, head home, immediately stop in UCLA area, traffic, you know, backed up. I'm like, this is bitching. So
Yeah.
we get into Los Alamos and we're cruising. And at this point, you know, the freeway is kind of thinned up a little bit.
You know you're home when it's like
Yeah,
wide
it's-
open spaces and longhorn cattle.
Yeah, well, but so I'm sitting there and I'm, you know, got the windows down because you know, it's starting to get that point to where I'm like, okay, I'm starting to, you know, everything's dark, music's on, no
Yeah.
lights other than mine. I'm just kind of, you know, doing one of those numbers. And all of a sudden I see these headlights coming at me. And I'm in the fast lane and I kind of registered for a second. I'm like, get over. Just enough guy goes right past me in the fast
Wrong
lane.
way?
On the wrong way driver.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that was at 2:00 in the morning, right in front of right as I passed Los Alamos
That
sign.
is terrifying. Did you call 911?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
We
gosh.
called 911 and
How
you
does
know,
that happen? I'm confused.
I can't, it was maybe the only thing I could think of because there was literally no cars. I mean, I actually checked my brain going, am I on the freeway?
Is this
Or am I on because am I on the wrong side of the road? That
Yeah,
was my first
of course,
thought.
yeah.
Because I hadn't seen anybody in a while. And, there's one car way behind me type thing.
You're like, is it a one-way road? You know?
Yeah, that's what
Probably
I was
like
thinking.
that.
I'm like, did I switch over? Did I fall asleep? You know?
Yeah.
So you start questioning yourself, and I did. And I'm like, wow.
Your whole family, that would have taken
Oh yeah.
years.
Oh yeah.
That's
We have
awful.
it all smashed. Yeah. It was a big SUV. So Robbie got on the horn, called the 911, asking all these questions. You know, how fast do you think it was going? And I'm like, I don't know.
100 miles an hour. I'm going 60,
I'm going
70.
yeah.
They're going.
Yeah. I'm doing 85, right? And I'm like, I don't know, but I was doing 65. And Jennifer goes, you were doing 65? I'm like, yeah, should I just tell the cop on the phone, the 911, that I was doing 82 miles an hour? No.
It's not about you. It's about the other
Right?
driver.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not in question here. But yeah, so then we passed. Then like 2 minutes later, you see these two cop cars, and again, there's nobody on the freeway. So these lights are just lighting up the southbound,
Good.
side of the freeway. And so they get in there, and all of a sudden I start coming into Roy Grande, and then my light on my low tire measure comes on.
No.
I blew a tire, and we blew a
No.
tire in AG.
What kind of
At
luck
3
is
o'clock in the
this?
morning.
You should not travel. This
I
is
know.
a sign. Just stay
Gosh.
home, Randy. Stay in North County.
I know,
This
that's-
is where you belong.
I was like, oh my God. So then we pull out the donut, tire.
Yeah.
The little
Oh, no,
bicycle
the
tire
pizza
that
cutter.
probably wouldn't even fit your scooter, right? So the AAA comes over and puts that on the car, and I'm thinking to myself, going, I'm not gonna make it
How are we
home
gonna
tonight.
Get home on this?
Guys. I said we're just gonna sleep in the car. It's
Should've
cool.
gotten a hotel.
We're at the Chevron here. They got plenty of food.
Yeah.
We're good. This is where we live now.
Slim
but-
Jims for everybody.
Yeah, so we can roll into home
no.
like we're going to the freeway. I'm like, now I know what the people that are driving get off the road. You can't drive fast enough. They're doing
Now you
old
have
people
compassion.
40 miles an hour. That was me.
Now you have
just sitting there
compassion.
cruising, cars are like,
Sorry.
God, I feel like
You
an
need to
idiot.
write something on the back of your car.
Yeah.
Sorry, spare tire.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like child on board
Yeah.
or student driver, or
patient.
something error.
No. I know.
All right, well, it's 7:35. We should probably take a break.
Yeah, let's
And
do it.
we will be right back to the Morning Brew.
Hi, it's Alex with Suprema Meat Market. We are a Mexican meat market with a taqueria. Come enjoy our high-quality cuts and meats. We offer choice and prime Harris Ranch beef, as well as chicken, seafood, and pork items. In the taqueria, all of our tacos come with handmade tortillas. We also offer specialty items like chilaquiles and chile rellenos. Come enjoy Taco Tuesday with Suprema. We offer our tacos at $1.99 each. Suprema Meat Market is located at 8950 Montecito Avenue in Atascadero.
Are you tired of looking at that worn-out concrete garage floor, patio, or porch? Look no further than MGP Coatings, where customer service reigns supreme. Our team goes above and beyond to ensure your satisfaction every step of the way. Before we even start coating, we meticulously repair your concrete, ensuring a flawless finish that lasts. And here's the best part. Our Pentec coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy, so they won't chip or peel, making maintenance a breeze. Plus, they come with a limited lifetime warranty. Call us today at 805-952-5301 or check out our Facebook and Instagram and experience the MGP coating difference. Don't wait. Transform your garage, patio, porch, or driveway and become a part of the MGP coating family.
Morning Brew, guys. We are. We got Lorelei Capel here with the city of Atascadero. Let's visit Atascadero, Red Scooter Gang. Are you the president?
I am not. I'm actually the last member to
You're the
join.
last member?
I think they closed registration.
I bet you're
after that.
like the sergeant of arms.
I think I got promoted one time when no one else showed up, and the president and I were there to COO or something like
You
that.
really have like a whole group, like a president, vice president?
It's a joke. We change roles all the time.
Oh.
Whatever we feel like doing. I mean, it's like who's my favorite this week and who showed up when they were supposed to, who didn't flake. We're all moms. I mean, I'm a little empty nester, but the other ones have littles and stuff. So when we go out, sometimes someone has to bail at the last minute. It's just life. It's like I can't miss my kid's game. Of course, yeah, go. But then it's like the rest of us are like, oh man, we're down a girl. We do not have our full gang intact.
Now, do you guys have like wine glass holders on the scooters?
You know
Or
what we have? We're very safe, and we don't drink and ride. We
play it safe.
Yes, we play it safe, but we do have these like almost like if you were riding around on a rascal. They like hook over and you can load it up with all the things. But we usually use it for our big ass speaker because it bumps and we just roll it down the streets of Atascadero, the back roads and Spaghetti Hill.
God,
over
I'd love
the
to roll up on
Rosario.
you guys just cruising.
Oh,
That'd be
it's
awesome.
so cool. And people are really cool about it. They roll up on us and they just like give us our space and roll. We're just mostly looking for potholes because some of those crazy roads in the back roads of Atascadero. And we always find a route. We park at someone's house, we make our way downtown, have a good time, and then head back.
What's the furthest you guys have ridden on those things?
We did Blast and Brew in the beginning, and we usually start over kind of by Kmart. One of our girls lives over there, and we just park at her house.
Do you guys
head
go
out.
through town?
We do.
Or You take the
we make
sidewalks, or
stops.
are you guys those guys that like ride?
We're on the street.
You guys are riding.
We are
on the
riding hard on the street.
Oh.
Yeah. They go 40 miles an hour.
I know, they're so
we wear
crazy.
helmets. You'll see us.
I know.
Can't miss us.
Isn't this wild how
It's fun though. It's like when you're a mom and you realize you don't get to play anymore because you had kids and the kids get all the play dates. Then someone invites you to play in their scooter gang and you have these like Segway scooters and you can go 40 miles an hour and the wind's in your hair. You can also get that thrill probably from a bike ride, but it's just not the same. It's so nice. It's just like wind in the hair. You got some kind of Dr. Dre bumping, you know.
What
or
about, do you
something
have that one
ridiculous.
member that you always have to like take the keys from the scooter because they can't drive home?
We actually do have plans. We usually have a driver who comes and gets us if we're gonna go big.
Really?
If we're gonna go big, and they have enough room in the back of the car to load up the scooters. Yep, it's good.
You're like,
Yep.
hey, bring
that's
the
planned
truck.
ahead.
Yeah, we gotta load up the scooters.
But you know what? Most of us have kids that are above 16
I know,
or
right?
18. So we're
Isn't
like,
that great?
dude, I've done this for you 100 times.
Right.
Get your butt down to Glastonbury and pick me up.
Preaching to the choir on
Yeah.
that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you come get us now.
It's the mom tax.
Isn't it cool
they're
when
paying their dues.
sometimes it feel like the kids are getting you more than you're getting them?
I do. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
it's time.
I try not to take advantage
I
of
wiped
that.
your ass.
Yeah. I tied your shoe. I did it all. I know. Yeah. And they actually appreciate it. They're like, Mom's having fun. Yeah. My husband rocks out with some of his friends and has a play date, and you can hear him belly laughing while they're like playing guitar in the back room. And my kids and I are just like, Dad still plays. See, it's fun. Like, we're still alive. We're not dead yet. We're just because we're 50-ish.
Right? Yeah, that's nothing.
Ish. Yeah.
Hey, so what do we got on tap for weather this week? Looks like we've got some rain coming
tonight.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Today, tomorrow, and Friday. Oh, so we are going back into the winter zone. So it looks like temperatures are going to be in the high in the 60s, 50s and high 50s, low 60s. We got rain expected to arrive today. Temperatures going to be dropping down today. Expected about 1 to 2 inches over the course of the next 3 days. And partly cloudy over the weekend
That could snow tomorrow or Friday.
with showers on Monday.
Yeah.
So
Could snow here?
Could snow here.
What?
It snowed here last year or the year before. I can't remember.
You guys, it was like 75 or 80 a couple weeks ago.
I know.
I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Right?
It feels very schizophrenic. I don't understand.
I could feel it in my hip
Yeah.
today.
Can you feel
I
it
really,
coming?
yeah.
Can you really?
I really could. You know
I've
what?
actually felt it, I feel like here before in my forearms. That's so interesting.
So I've been battling this like arthritis in my hip
Yeah.
since when was that? Like I think it started it literally came on, I think in December-ish maybe,
I thought
something
that was
like
like
that.
a fable or a wives' tale, but it's like we're like a barometer. We have like pressure, like we've got.
You know what? It's so funny that you said that
Yeah.
because literally on my phone, like every morning, my kids, everybody hates me now because I'm like, Siri, what's the barometric pressure?
I talk
right?
to City all the time, to Siri all the time. I do.
Because I was trying to figure out if there is really any correlation between high pressure,
Good for
low
you.
pressure.
You're doing your own research. I
Yeah,
like
and
it.
to be 100% honest, when I asked my doctor about it, she's just like, no,
It's
there's
a thing.
no.
I'm gonna say it's a thing.
But
yeah.
I can't prior to so I went and got a shot. So prior to the shot, I was so much pain. Like even if I was to hit a rock and my hip would be, it would send me to the moon, right? So I went and got one of those cortisone shots.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Saved
Since
you.
then, so for the first week, it was like I was an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Right. Then after that, started getting older.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of leveled out,
Mellowed out.
to where it's not super great, but
Yeah.
it's not as bad as it was before the shot.
Yeah.
But when I went to Mexico and got back, since I gotten back, it's been great. So until today,
Oh, because the
Because-
rains are coming.
yeah.
You can feel it in your hip.
I was literally
I'm not
thinking
laughing
this.
at you, I'm laughing
no,
with you.
I
It's
totally get
wild.
it.
Yeah.
But every day for the last 3 months, I'd be like, "What's the barometric pressure?" And it'd be 30.17, 29.93, and so I'm going, okay, how do I feel
Yeah.
today?
Yeah.
With that pressure, and I couldn't really pinpoint if it did or if
really
it
did.
didn't, or if it was in my head, or if it was the ibuprofen I was
Yeah.
taking. So it's
I believe.
but today, it's raining. It's starting to rain. I can feel it, worse than I did yesterday. So I'm going to go with I can feel when the rain's coming.
Okay, you're gonna just do the weather now by just closing your eyes
Yeah.
and giving us the
Yeah.
weather from your hip.
I'm going to do the weather like the weather people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
If
it.
their hips hurt, they're like,
Yeah.
it's probably going to be rain today. Even though it shows in the high 80s, clear skies.
They don't usually get it right, let's be honest. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. What else we got going on? Let's give a highlight to old Dan Loney's son. Cole Loney has from the Atascadero Greyhounds, standout football player. And he has been chosen to be the CIF Central Section Scholar-Athlete.
Love it.
Which is it's an award it's given by the CIF, which is California International Federation. Anyways, Scholastic, the football program for kids that excel in school. So he gets to, he'll be a recipient on May 5th over in Gardens in Tulare.
Oh, wow.
Which he'll be receiving this award as a high scholar athlete.
That's awesome.
So,
Parents must be so proud. I went to high school and graduated kind of just a year apart from Dan Loney and Tori Loney. Yep.
Yeah, Dan is in his, he had just finished his first year head coach, Atascadero Greyhounds.
Yeah.
Which, obviously I'm sure it ended not as good as he wanted it to, but still nevertheless,
he's got time to build a great program.
He's got a good group of kids, and it's fun to watch. We got to go to interview Dan, every week, on Fridays, football Fridays, and go into the high school and talk with Coach Crow and Coach Loney, and just hear about their stories, because coaches like to talk, and they like to talk about their kids, and kids, it's just fun to hear the success, especially in a first year coach. Dan kind of taking over the reins from Cooper, last year, which had a great run, great career in Atascadero, and then now Dan is taking the reins and
excited for
picking up the pieces.
Yep, he's a good guy. He's a good mentor for the kiddos too. So it's nice to know that you've got someone in place that's gonna grow awesome young men.
And he's played the sport. He had success. Played with the SaberCats. Went to Cal Poly, Atascadero. So, so it's like he, practices what he preaches.
Totally.
So which was really cool. So, Lorelei, let's talk about El Camino Real.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is going on down there? So I hear and I see, and I try to avoid it, to be honest with you, because I think somebody got a really good deal on cones. Because there's cones everywhere. I'm not really sure where they
Part of the new decor.
It's like, okay,
we like orange a lot in Atascadero,
totally.
Right?
Yeah, and there's 9 million cones. And I'm not even exaggerating.
I know.
And I'm not exactly sure. It's like you look and it's like there's no end start.
We're almost there.
I know.
Oh gosh, guys, just hang in there. Okay, so it has been a little bit of a road. We started in June of last year, closer to July, after school got out. And it's honestly, you can see right now, if you were to drive it this morning, you can see that the parking spaces are in and the pavers are in from Huckleberries over to Sunken Gardens. They're just starting in the middle, in between Sunken Gardens across from Mr. Q. And they're moving upward, moving northward to get all the pavers in. That you'll start to see all the parking spaces fall in. And as soon as those are done, even though there will be still tree planting and bench installation and a lot of those other crosswalk pieces being put in, they're going to open up the parking in a month or so. And so finally, we'll just be able to open that up and people will be a little less frustrated and a little less confused with all the orange cones going everywhere. It's starting to really shape up and look good. And in June or so, we're going to maybe late May or late June, we're going to have a ribbon cutting that's going to be just a big old block party for everyone to see how it really turned out. Once you see the lighting and you see what's going on, no matter how frustrated you are, no matter how much you ignored our downtown merchants that really needed your support because it was just chaotic down there, it's going to be a new homecoming. This is your home now. This used to be a place where we would gather, in downtown, but a freeway, 100-foot right-of-way where El Camino used to be a freeway. We don't need it to be a freeway. We have one.
Right.
It's called 101. It's right there. So we're taking it back. It's going to be much safer for the kids. We've had so many near misses and some accidents that to have a high school there and a middle school there spanning this El Camino, 100-foot right-of-way with kids like this looking down on their phones and pushing the button and walking instead of waiting for a signal for everything to be organized. This is going to change so many things. It's going to be capturing rainwater before it gets to the creek and all the runoff. It's going to be doing all sorts of other things. And it's really just going to be a really beautiful place for date night. You're going to want to park and stay for 3 hours. It's going to be not like a quick, let's go. It's going to be, let's make a Saturday of it. Let's go out on a Tuesday night and go have dinner and park, and the lights will be up. There'll be ambiance. It's going to be really beautiful. It's not going to be a place where you can drive 50 miles an hour through it. It's not going to be like Pismo's pull-in parking, not the same thing. You will have to go slow, and you will have to wait for people to back out before you go there. But that's why it's going to be a lot safer. And again, if you're in a hurry, there's a couple different ways you can go. You don't have to wait for people.
You know what? I didn't really think about the backing out and waiting.
Yeah.
What about the waiting for parking, though? I mean,
130 new spaces, and we really don't have a huge parking problem right now in Atascadero. So I think this is just going to open us up and give us capacity to have a lot more business come in, and we'll have room for more. I mean, not to mention what's going to happen maybe over by the movie theater, hopefully in future years when they'll build that out. We'll have more spaces and more businesses. And
I'm trying to think of how, because Pismo, or what is it, Shell Beach?
Shell Beach did some street
Which one has the one that...
Pismo has the pull-in parking, the diagonal kind of pull-in.
Okay, it's kind of
in
the
the
same
middle
concept.
of the street. Yeah, but I believe that it was just not long enough for an F-150. And we know how North Countyers are. I mean, we've got some Priuses, sure.
Right.
But really, our cars are oversized SUVs with...
So you guys accounted for that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We worked very closely with engineers. This is not the first time this has been done, and the results have been phenomenal in other places that have applied this road diet. But it's also been vetted by our police and fire, which is usually the residents' biggest concern. Like, how in the world are you going to keep safety times?
Right. Like, how's the engine going to get past?
The lanes are more than, have way more capacity than they need, even though we're going down to one lane. It's that plus a bike lane plus parking. And so there is room to pull over and let the emergency vehicle go through. We've thought about it all.
Oh, so there's going to be room for to pull over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can kind of nudge up and and pull over.
And with
while
cars parked?
parking. Yeah, it's gonna be
It's funny because somebody posted something last week or something like that about planters or something like that. Somebody hitting the planters.
We went out and took a look,
and I'm like,
that poor thing.
I'm like, maybe it's the driver. It's probably. I said I would bet it's the driver.
And I felt bad for her. I think she took some heat, but she was like, these unnecessary planters, and I'm like, poor thing. She blew her tires. I feel bad for her. What happened? But we actually saw the piece of equipment that had a cone in front of it. That was probably what might have torn up a tire, because there were no scuff marks on any of the curbing, and the curbing wasn't really where the driveway apron was. I think she got on later and explained exactly what happened. So.
Yeah, I mean, you see that, all those pages, and everybody's like, this and that. I'm like, oh my God. They're like, you can't get a semi through here. Can you get a semi through there?
You absolutely can.
See, there you guys go.
It's not designed, the downtown isn't meant for that.
It's not ideal.
Yeah, I mean, so we have a gas station, we have a paint store, and we have a tile store. They're all a little bit more of these industrial auto uses, and that wasn't planned for a downtown initially. Like when it was a highway, we had lots of service stations and gas stations, but now we're bringing our downtown to be a shopping district, so our zoning has changed, and some of those uses are still there. But for example, Flum's Muffler, that was there forever on the corner of Traffic Way and El Camino diagonal from the Carlton. Mm-hmm. That it was time, and they were happy to say, you know what, let's let this property go. We don't need to be a used car dealer on the corner, our key corner of downtown.
Finally, after however many years.
Yeah, and they did great until the family was like, you know what, we want to have this be something else. We're going to sell it. Mr. Flum had passed away. Fred Flum, his son, and his daughter, very sweet people, were like, we're going to sell this and hope it contributes positively to downtown. And now it's going to be Beach and Biscuits Restaurant. They're moving forward slowly, but they're coming in.
That's really slow, huh?
It has been. They have, I mean, it's all on everybody's timeline. Everybody was all up in arms about how long it took to get Sonic off the ground, but it's like, as long as your contractor, it takes as long as your contractor wants it to take. It takes as long as the city can get your plans out and get them right. It's all those things, so.
Yeah, they got, with the different changes that's happening in Atascadero, there's all kinds of different, businesses coming into town. There's all kinds of speculations of what's happening.
Yes, you got any speculation for me? I'd love to demystify it.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and debunk some of the speculations that I've heard.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back to the Morning Brew.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hi, this is Omid
and Deanna
at North County Junk Removal. We are a business known for helping our neighbors and our community.
Let us help you save money and get rid of any unwanted items.
And rest assured that our professional team adheres to global standards of safety and recycling. We are fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind.
We are locally owned and operated, and we look forward to helping you with all your junk removal needs.
Please call us at 805-769-6966.
Hey, welcome back to the Morning Brew, guys. We got Lorelei Capel with the City of Atascadero. Visit Atascadero, the Red Scooter Gang, and whatever else we got going on.
Oh, so many things.
No other groups or organizations?
I'm on the chamber board. I play with Habitat for Humanity. I'm in Rotary. let's see what else. I am just a volunteeraholic.
Volunteer. Yeah. Oh, good thing you said volunteeraholic.
I am a volunteeraholic.
Because I heard holic, and I went, wait, it got my attention.
Volunteeraholic. My husband calls me that sometimes.
Volunteeraholic.
I own it. Yep.
Yeah, but look at all the cool stuff you get to do, you know?
It's our town. We're raising our kids here. I am proud of it. I feel like Atascadero raised me, so I get to give it back a little bit. Hopefully doing a good job, doing it justice.
So Lorelei, do you know anything about this community energy?
I do.
So what is that comparing to? It's like it's a alternative to PG&E, right?
Exactly. So
how does that work?
Central Coast Community Energy was created to create more power sources for our energy needs in the future. So we know what PG&E has; they have their plants already built. So this is an alternative source for generation, just for the creation and generation of power, not transmission. PG&E is always going to own the lines, always going to get it to your house and deliver it. But you can choose now. That's the whole reason our council voted on it. They're like, I don't care which one you choose. If you want to stay with PG&E forever, you can opt out. That's absolutely okay. But you now have a choice whether you want to fund new power plants and new sources, meaning like steam generated, wind, all the things, more solar. They have different types of ways of creating plants that create alternative power sources than what exists today. And the money that they're collecting is being spent in those because we have a bigger need and a bigger demand in the future for energy, and nobody else is building any other plants. So it's a really interesting concept for how to kind of crowdsource the funding of new plants. So you now have a choice. The county and Atascadero were the last two jurisdictions in our region to join. We just joined January 1st, 2025, and you can opt out for several months, and you just basically say, I want to stick with PG&E, or you can say, you can just do nothing, and it will roll you into Central Coast Community Energy as the default. And then you basically have one line on your bill. You still get your PG&E bill, and it says, power generation 3 Central Coast Community Energy, and there's your bill. And the whole idea is, they're saying we can actually keep prices locked in for longer. We have deals that we've made with the power plants that are coming online to keep your power at this point, whereas PG&E may see some rate increases over the years. So it doesn't work the same for everyone. If you're on solar, I'm on solar, so you need to do some calculations and call our local representative, which is Jeff Railsback, and he will help you do solar calculations to figure out how much your bill really is going to be, depending on were you on NEM 1 for solar, NEM 2, NEM 3? Like, when did you actually get your solar installed? Right. And does it actually pencil for you? Because for some people, it really doesn't. And we're finding that out, and they're calling and going, hey, wait a minute. I got rolled into this. And it's like, oh, well, you can opt out. Oh, okay. I said, but before you do that, call Jeff and make sure it makes sense to you. So
right, because that's the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to underestimate.
Absolutely.
The power that you use or have been using.
Yeah.
Accustomed to using, and then all of a sudden they go, boop, boop, sorry, you're out of power.
Yeah.
Then you're going, now I need more panels, I need more power source, I need more whatever. So
yeah, it's a really interesting idea and concept, but I think our council, when they adopted it and said yes to it, it was just a way to say, hey, our residents have a choice now.
So essentially it's going through PG&E. It's just being billed through this other.
The production and the generation of the power would be outsourced to 3CE. Yeah, and then PG&E will still pay for the transmission. They'll still be your provider and send you your bill.
Kind of like those Total Wireless for cell phone service. It's still going through Verizon, but they're getting,
yes.
which I don't understand. I'm like, okay, why won't you just go through Verizon? You know, it's like, how do you make money? It's like you can't be making a lot of money. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't get paid to think. So that's the beauty of that.
You do a lot of thinking.
You know, I try to, but it's like, why would I want to invest my time?
Yeah, and don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to cause any more pain than I need.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay. Yeah. So some of the businesses that just opened up, we've got Dutch Brothers Coffee.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's on the south end of a town in front of Food for Less, where the old Wendy's was. That's right.
Where the old Burger King was.
Burger King. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the draw for Dutch Brothers Coffee?
Honestly, it's trending, and it has been for years.
Really? Why? Why?
It's the drinks. They have energy drinks in a coffee format, so the kids can go get an iced Red Bull and something, or Monster and Rockstar and something. But they have coffees, really sweet but fun, frappy coffees with all the whipped cream and sprinkles. But
Dutch Brothers is like a Folgers, like it's been around for years.
Yes, it's out of Oregon, and it's actually the Dutch Brothers. They're two brothers, and I met with their representative years ago who was saying, "Hey, we want to move to Atascadero," and I'm like, "It's a free enterprise. Like, what are you thinking?" And they were talking about maybe buying A-Town Diner back in the day, but then they realized the drive-through had been closed, so they really wanted to find some place.
There is a drive-through there.
I know, but it's been kind of closed up. So they were looking for a place where their traffic wouldn't overburden things. And I know that for the grand opening, I saw it on everything at Atascadero. There was some hustle and bustle, kind of in the parking lot. I don't think it was. I don't know how bad it spilled onto the street, but it's died down. It was always grand opening stuff, and now it's a steady stream of people going in. But my kids used to actually get in the car after they turned 16 and say, "Mom, we're all going down to Santa Maria to go to Dutch Brothers," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?
You're gonna crazy.
Not on my gas money."
Kids are nuts these days.
So it was probably all over TikTok, and this is what they wanted to do. So people are into it. I've had their coffee; it's great. Really do like it. Didn't do the energy drinks. I might blow a gasket. My mind would explode. So
I'm gonna have to check it out. I mean, I like coffee. I like a good, dark, rich, thick black coffee. I don't like anything in it.
I don't know. I honestly can't imagine going through the drive-thru and be like, I just want a big cup of John Wayne coffee. Just stick a fork in it, black. They'd probably be like, I don't even know what to do with that.
Oh, why? You don't think they have anything like that?
They probably do. They do. I know they do.
Oh.
They've got coffee, but they're used to making a mocha frappuccino, something, and
they're like, okay,
fancy.
What else do you want in it?
Yeah,
Nothing.
Nothing.
What do you mean?
What do I do with that?
Well, you mean you just want it? You just want me to pour it into a cup and give it to you? Yes.
Can I put sprinkles on it, please?
Right.
Please.
Can I put a marshmallow in there?
Can I put glitter in it?
Right. I know.
So, yeah, it's a good thing. And then Jersey Mike's is going to be opening up in Tandem, but they're going to be probably early summer.
Okay.
Their improvements are getting done. They're still doing the curb and other stuff to the walk up to the store, and but they're getting there. The interiors are kind of already underway. Their sign's not up yet, so no conspiracy theories that they dropped out. They're coming. Their plans are in, and everything's going well, but they're just a little lagging behind.
Kyle said he'll take you, Randy. He said he'll take you to Dutch Brothers.
I know. I saw Kyle was there at the grand opening. I think he took a picture of Dutch Brothers, and but like I said, so when I saw Dutch Brothers, that's what I thought. I thought kind of like your, old school dark coffee, bold, scrape the bottom of the of the pan type stuff.
Well, and for me, it's a completely different experience because I was taking my daughter on college tours, and we were in, it's a consistent thing that you're going to get, like Starbucks. You see it and you're like, clean bathroom. I know I can get my chai latte, and it's going to be exactly the same. So it's kind of that. I was in Arizona looking at colleges. We were in Colorado, and there's the Dutch Brothers, and it's morning, and you got to get there for your tour to the college, so you're doing your drive-through. So I think of it as like you get there and the menu is this long, and you're like, I'll have oh God, I have anxiety. I don't even know. I'll take the one. Just you choose.
That's
choose.
interesting.
Just give me a coffee.
Yes, get me the In-N-Out coffees.
Right?
That's where
Yeah.
I want. I want the coffee of the In-N-Out of the coffees.
Do you drink your coffee with nothing in it?
Nothing.
Just
just black as
There you
like
go.
I mean Folgers Crystals. You know the
sure.
instant coffee.
Yeah.
I give that a 10.
So you don't have to tell me your favorite, but is there a place that you go to the most? Either one of you gentlemen, like where's
Coffee
the
place?
go-to? Yeah, where's the go-to? If you had a choice, and
Mine would be
stop?
Joe Bella's.
Okay.
So so two places.
Yeah.
So Joe Bella's in Atascadero.
Okay.
Or Libretto. Or not Libretto.
Yeah.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Yeah.
Corey's place
Yeah.
over there in Paso.
Yeah.
So
And now Atascadero.
and now Atascadero,
Yeah.
they're killing it. They're
know.
just blasting there.
They really are.
But if depends on if I'm in Atascadero, because I like when Joe has a bourbon roasted coffee
What?
bean, and so when he gets the bourbon barrels, he'll roast the beans in there.
That's how he does it.
And it's you can, I mean, literally you think that you have like whiskey in your coffee, but it tastes so good. And for the first time I ever tried it was a couple years ago. I got so addicted to where it was like I'd be in Paso, not even having any reason to go to Atascadero, and I'd be like, I got to get a coffee, you know, and I'd fly up to Atascadero and get a coffee.
So you feel that strongly about it.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta have it.
It is absolutely great.
Now
and
I know
then,
what to get you for a holiday gift.
Yeah, and then of course, like I said,
Maybe I'll get you a
Amsterdam.
shooter of bourbon too. to go
Yeah.
with it, maybe.
Yeah, I got like 5 cards of Amsterdam in my pocket.
Okay.
You know, because you just go there, slap it down there, give me the dark, give me the roast,
Okay.
give me the black stuff.
Okay.
Fill it up.
Good
you know,
stuff.
So
Well, I want a full review of once you hit up Dutch Brothers.
yeah, for sure.
We should
Have
do a
to check
blind
it out.
taste test too and just line it up. We have a lot of coffee now, but it's still in demand.
It's kind of like
Market's
Mexican food
dictating it.
restaurants. So I hope
21. We've got 21
coffee places,
Mexican restaurants.
Oh, I believe
Yeah,
that.
we
I
do.
believe that. That's
We
that's
do.
another talk.
I counted the business licenses. We have 21.
21.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna cap them?
No.
Can you cap it? It's
thing.
like no, we got too many
cannot.
Mexican restaurants.
We cannot. You know what's interesting though? But that's why you throw a tamale fest. You're like, what are we doing? What are we killing it at? Okay, then bring it, everybody. Bring your tamales. Bring your best A game, and we'll see who wins. So. And Tamale Fest is just getting bigger and better, so every year. So.
Well, who doesn't like tamales
I
and
know.
tacos?
I
Street
know.
tacos?
They
Come
had
on.
strawberry tamales last Sunday. They had strawberry, pineapple, and some really cool like corn ones at her table event at Sunken Gardens last weekend, and I had so much fun there. I was there from noon. I thought I'd be there for an hour or two. I was there till 5. I shut it down. It was so much fun. So. It was
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's 8:06. Let's take another break,
Okay.
and we will be right back with the Morning Brew.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today. We can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hey, welcome back to the Morning Brew, guys. We are here Wednesday. We're talking with Lorelei Capel, City of Atascadero, visit Atascadero, Red Scooter Gang, Chamber, volunteer-holic, now whiskey drinker.
Yes, I just
Whiskey
found the
drinker.
joy of whiskey about 3 years ago.
And what was it called again?
Whistle Pig has been my favorite
Whistle
recently.
Pig.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
I know.
Is it a
it's
rye?
good.
Is it a bourbon? Is it what
I think they might have both, but
what kind of whiskey is that?
it is just I don't even know. I'm such a novice. I found
Huh.
it and I really enjoy it, and that's all I can.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean I'm not
Whiskey Pig.
Whistle.
Whistle Pig. I'm
Whistle
sorry.
Pig.
Whistle
Yeah.
Pig.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, try it.
Because I like whiskey.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
I like Johnny Walker Black.
Sure,
You know,
okay.
Johnny Walker Black on the rocks is my favorite.
Okay.
Pendleton.
Okay.
You know, Pendleton is super smooth.
Yeah.
You know, you can drink that. I don't drink it with anything.
on the rocks, or
yeah, just on the rocks,
yeah.
and just enjoy it.
Yeah. It's a new thing for me. I just had never tried it. I was always like an IPA kind of beer girl. Don't wine.
I take you as a wine person.
Wine puts me to sleep.
No kidding.
Yeah, wine puts me to sleep. I like it. I'll have a sip or two, but then it's like nighttime.
So you're the
let's not do that.
IPA.
I do.
So you love it
but-
when Firestone comes out with all these different, Barrel House comes out with all these
Yep.
different.
Yep.
And do you like the heavy, like the very volume?
I do. As bold and as gnarly and as stinky.
Really?
It's like I like stinky cheeses, kind of, and bold. Just
No,
flavors.
what's your favorite? What's your favorite beer? What's your favorite?
I will honestly say I crave a Sierra, like a really great just Sierra
it's
Nevada.
like old school.
But I like the log cabin and around Christmas or the celebration ales. I really do love a Sierra Nevada. That's kind of what I crave, like my ideal. But we've got some really good local ones that I'm into. So I don't know.
So do you ever like go through grocery outlet in Atascadero?
Mm-hmm.
So Atascadero Grocery Outlet always has like these off-the-wall,
Yes.
IPAs that you've
Yes.
never heard. You can get a 24-pack for $2.99.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That you've never heard
Yeah.
of. Right.
Yep.
You ever just pick those up
You
and
know
just
what?
be like?
I've done
try
that with
it out.
wine when I'm going to a dinner party, because I have friends that are like, oh, we like Chilean wines. And I'm like, where in the world do you get a Chilean wine? And they're like, but we like low alcohol. I don't know the difference. I do enjoy wine, and I have some friends that are really good at. Stacy from the Nest, she always has like this curated selection of wine that she brings to all of her events. We're going up to a cabin this weekend up at Shaver, and she's like, I've got all the wine. I'm stocking all the wine and pulling it out of my little wine case. But they're like connoisseurs. But when you go, Bargain Market has the best deals on some of the best wines. I just miss when there was a gentleman there. We called him Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, the tall guy?
Yes, and
Well-
he would say, oh my gosh, are you going to these people's house? I know them very well. This is what they'll love. And so he would literally be my personal shopper for wine, because I didn't know. I just knew what I liked. And he's like, take 2 of these. Oh, and put some of these in your, like, the back of your cupboard for later, because these are going to go fast. And I was just like, okay, thank you.
Right.
Thank
You show up and
I
people
was a
think
hero.
you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
huh?
I'm like, oh yeah, I selected this one specifically for you guys. So
Yeah, he was really good.
He was.
He was always there.
he was a ham.
And I don't know. Did he retire
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they sold?
I think so. Yeah,
Or
and
when they
he's-
transferred ownerships?
I've
I guess
seen
They don't
him
really sell.
recently, and he does music therapy. So he'll come with his guitar and he'll do some things at some coffee shops or events. It's just
he's still around.
He is. And his calming, fun presence is just still in town. Yeah, he didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, they always have some interesting stuff there at the grocery outlet.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Tascadero. So.
Oh yeah, good people.
So did you see headlines? Keith Urban.
Oh yeah,
gonna
I
be
got
the fair.
tickets.
Did you already get
My
tickets?
mom did, yes.
Oh, no
yeah,
kidding.
She was like first one online. She like woke up early and
Now
booked
he's
him.
been here before, right?
I think so.
I think this is
Years
his
ago?
second time that he's been here.
Yeah.
Let's
Did
see.
you get tickets? You going?
You know what? I'm not a big fair goer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
that
I don't.
surprises me.
I don't.
This is
I
North
know.
County. This
I
is
know.
our thing.
I bitch and complain a lot, but I don't.
Okay. It's
Unless I
hot.
like I don't plan to go, but I will
go.
most likely
Yeah.
be there.
For me, it just reminds me of being a kid. It's novelty. I mean, I've been going there since I was itty bitty, and my kids grew up in the barns with the animals, and we just have to go. I mean, there's times where you're like, I can't do it again this year. It's just so hot, and the barns smell. We did 6 years with
Yeah.
the swine project, but now it's like, okay, now it's like I miss it. My kid, gotta go.
But it's still. I mean, once you're there, and
Yeah.
it's fun. Then you're like, you run into people. I mean, you run into everybody.
It's a high school
I think that's
reunion,
probably
for sure.
the worst part is like getting through. It's like you don't ever get anywhere.
Get from one end to the other.
Yeah, you literally walk in one side, and by the time that you get even to Jimmy's,
Yeah.
you've already stopped,
Yeah.
4 or 5 times.
It's true.
And you're like,
You've eaten a churro. You've had
Yeah.
like
I
all the
tell my
things you
I tell my
shouldn't.
wife, because if we're gonna go somewhere, I
Yeah.
go we come in through the rodeo gates or through the livestock
Yeah.
area,
Yeah.
and I put my head down. I say, just lead me, and I said I'll pretend like I'm on my phone, and we'll just wherever we're going.
You
Like
don't want
she's
to talk
like,
to people. You're just in a hurry.
yeah, because it's like when I'm getting there,
I
it's like
know.
I want to get a drink, it get past like that's
Yeah.
the main drag,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Once you get
true.
past into like the
You need to find a
kiddie
back
section.
road. You need a back road.
Yeah,
There isn't one.
There's back roads. You
Yeah.
have to go through like the grandstands,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you have to go around the bathrooms. You have to go through the different exhibits.
Yeah.
So, all right, what else we got going on here? speaking of the fair
Yeah.
and the livestock barns and all that stuff, so the fair recently announced that they are terminating. Did you see that?
I heard this.
The poultry and dairy cattle shows this
Yeah.
year due to
I
the bird
know.
flu.
Well, and I don't know how that's going to work for the kids because the dairy cattle, those kids were, I mean, they purchased those cows and they spent a lot of money and they have to
Right.
turn their projects around. I will say that we were doing the swine project when my daughter, during COVID, and she got very creative. She marketed her pig offline and we just didn't sell at the auction in the fair because they did a live auction, but instead she's like, I'm going to sell the pig probably right before the fair because we're right about weight. And
Right.
now's the time. So she just went and marketed like our tax accountant guy and a couple people who had bought her pigs in the past that really, liked it. And then she said, do you guys want to split a pig? You guys each get a quarter. Here's what you get. You can pick your flavor of sausage. And that's how we
nice.
did it. And she did great. So maybe that's what the kids will do this year. And I hope they get creative because I do not want these kids to lose money. I mean, this is their investment. I mean, or maybe their parents, but for my daughter, she had to use her money from the year before
Right.
to buy
yeah,
it.
because it's all
Yeah.
it's part of the process.
It
The
is, they're
kids learn to
accounting. Yeah.
manage money, learn to take care of, have responsibilities.
Yeah. I get chills when you say it because it was such a cool experience for us, and I was not a fan. I'm like, I don't want a terminal project. I want something I can cuddle and love and name. I do not want to see it leave, but when she showed me how she did it and how important it was, we shopped differently, we ate a little differently, we appreciated the small,
Right.
the small farming practice, and I loved it. And she was able to get a debit card when she was 11 years old, and they don't usually allow them to do it, but because it was for the 4-H project, U.S. Bank or Union Bank at the time gave her a debit card. She was able to swipe for her food and do all of her detailed accounting online. So by the time she was 18 and off, she knew how to bank online, balance her book. I mean, you're not balancing checkbooks like you did.
Sure.
But it was cool.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
With the 4-H, it really teaches the children and the kids
Yeah.
how to do all that stuff, which
Yes.
sadly our education system is not doing.
There is a class at Atascadero High that I was super impressed with that was Anna Free and Christian Cooper. I know you probably went to school with some of them. They do the health class. And one year, both my kids at some point said, Mom, can you save all your receipts from the grocery store? And I'm like, well, sure. What are you doing? They're like, we're doing a project and we have to balance our book and say, this is how much we're living off of. And this is the kind of job we need to sustain our lifestyle. This is the kind of car we want to buy. So it was almost like a hypothetical design your own life kind of storyboard. But in reality, this is what I need in order to afford this kind of car, or this is the job I would need to have. So I thought that was actually really interesting. I don't think they taught him how to balance checkbooks. That was kind of becoming obsolete at the time.
Does anybody carry a checkbook anymore?
I have a couple checks in my wallet just in case.
Right.
But I don't carry a checkbook because I write one every blue moon, And when you're like at the range and they're like, we only take cash or check, I'm like, there's places you go to that.
I literally
Still old school.
operate off of the app on my phone.
Sure.
Yeah. You know how much money you have, kind of,
Yeah.
on a check, I forget that.
Yeah.
Like same way.
Yeah.
I have, bench checks, desk checks, or whatever you call them.
Sure.
There's really no number to it.
Yeah.
My name's like fake on it. But I literally like write 1-2 a month and I
Yeah.
forget that I even write them. So it's like all of a sudden it's like coming through. It's
see
like,
it.
whoa, what's this from? So Venmo,
Yeah.
is like my checkbook.
Current.
Yeah, it's Venmo, and then like I said, my app on my phone, I can sit there and go and transfer money. Yeah.
I wonder
often,
if our kids will ever even know what it was like to have to sit down at the end of the month and line up all your checks. I mean, what if the bank makes a mistake? I mean, I don't know that they do these days, but
So
of course.
that's the other thing
know you're
is
trusting them?
because you don't know, you're just going off
Yeah.
a whim and just accepting what is in your account, and that's what I do. Is I just accept. If I had a check that bounced,
Yeah.
that somebody. I would probably, unless they send me that check like in the mail and I actually open the mail because I don't open the mail either. There's,
Yeah.
So literally, who knows?
Yeah, I know.
You never know.
I know.
Eric, do you keep a checkbook?
Yeah, I have a checkbook. We got this business. I got my wine business, and we got a couple businesses. So, but personally, I don't like writing checks.
I just think there's so many. I mean, now because you can scan your checks, right? You can
Yeah.
deposit your
Yeah,
checks without even going to
Going
your
to the
bank.
bank.
Which I bank at
goodness.
Bank of Sierra,
Okay.
which I really like. It's it's like free accounts. I never I have like multiple accounts just because I have different businesses going different ways. And then I have like fun money that I put that over there on the side just for, spending cash,
Mexico.
Type deal. And so it's like I can, the accounts are free. It never doesn't cost me anything to have it, or, it could be a zero balance, could have 1 cent in it.
Yeah.
They don't care, I guess. But it's like, you sit there and just juggle those things around. You look at them and you sit there and go, okay, cool. But again, unless they sent me something that said, hey, or, even through that app that says, you're
about to overdraw or something.
Well, they do. They'll say negative, but I think I have like some sort of overdraft or something, because I never get charged for it. I just transfer money from another account, put it into that one.
Sure.
I mean, my wife hates, this time of year, especially because it's tax season.
Oh, yeah.
And my business is just like, I have an unorthodox bookkeeping method. And I can't teach.
Do you do your own books?
Well, if you want to call it that, yeah. It's not really doing my own books. This is how I've learned to taught myself, or this is how I do it.
It's working for you. You don't have to explain.
It does. And I can't explain it. She's like, "Do you always have, show me how to do that?" I'm like,
"Yeah."
It would take me so much time to tell you how I do this and why I do this. I might as well just do it myself.
You're like Vince Vaughn in Dodgeball. Remember that scene?
Right?
Where he opens up the closet and all his receipts come falling out.
Yeah. That is
one of my favorite movies.
Aside from the receipts, because I don't keep those either.
Yeah.
Again, everything's on my phone.
I don't know how I got us off that topic, because I know we were on 4-H and
no,
FFA,
it's all right. But that's what we do.
Let's not ignore the gravity of the situation. No swine or no
dairy cows and poultry.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so dairy cows. Different story than meat cows.
Yeah, yeah, because it's the milk, and it's the poultry.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're infected or not is, they just had to make a decision.
Why dairy? Why not meat cows? But
because
dairy cows.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows? Because the milk is consumable with the milk. The cow meat evidently.
Okay.
Is in the meat. You cook it. I don't know.
All right.
But obviously,
damn
dairy.
That bird flu.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously, because it's a state,
Makes me sad for
state
them.
facility.
They worked hard.
So they had to make a decision. All the state facility. Everybody's gonna have to wear masks at the fair this year. I just read that.
Wow.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh darn it. Don't bring that back.
Who knows though?
Don't bring that back.
You never know. Be prepared.
No, I will not. I will not.
It was funny because I went to my doctor last week because of all this, and I love my doctor, Dr. Taylor, and so I called up Wendy at the receptionist. I'm like, "Hey, Wendy," I said, "I got to get in," and told her this, that, because they all knew I went to Mexico, and I go, I got to come in. She's like, "Okay, but you're gonna have to wear a mask," because she knows I hated during that time frame. I would literally stand outside.
Doesn't fit over my beard. I can't do it.
I hated the mask. I'm like, this is so stupid, So I'd be like, "I'm here." I'd wave in as I'm outside, and then they'd let me walk in. But she's like, I said I understand.
Yeah.
But because I needed some goods.
If you know you're sick, you don't want to spread the germ.
Right?
Yeah. Don't give that to anybody.
Yeah. So Atascadero.
Yeah.
So north end of Atascadero. Okay. So you've got the grocery store area going in.
Yes, that is Valley
So
Fresh.
what is happening there? Because that's like it's stopped.
Yes, they just got finaled on their 17 Tesla chargers, or the charging station is going to be open. I think they just got their final. Freezers are in, so all of that stuff is happening. Their grand opening will probably be in a month or so. They're stocking. It's a big undertaking. Can you imagine cutting the ribbon on a grocery store and having everything that minute fully stocked, all the produce so it doesn't go bad, all the freezer stuff done, and the deli, because this is not just your average grocery store. This is like a Whole Foods, but a little bit more cost effective. Kind of really beautiful deli and prepared food section. That's what Valley Fresh is actually really known for. They've got amazing wine, really, really, really awesome deli counter with prepared section, so prepared food section to grab something to go. So this is going to be my, oh crud, it's late, I don't have time to make dinner. I'm just going to run by and grab something awesome and be like, haha, healthy meal. Didn't make it myself, but everyone's fed.
So about a month away.
I'm saying maybe. Their signs should be up any day now. People were on everything Atascadero they're not opening. I heard they're bankrupt. I heard somebody
Yeah,
so
because
many
it
things.
seems like it should have went up a lot faster.
They actually hit a huge slowdown last year at this time of year because they had to de-water the site. The groundwater is very, very shallow there, and we had heavy rain last year, just like the year before. Not so much this year.
Yeah, I know, we need more rain for sure.
We do. Yeah, just no flooding, please. We had some gnarly, gnarly situations in homes, with trees down and rivers overflowing. So, but this year they're on track for opening in just a month or two, and it was a little bit slower than we had anticipated. But
Is all the tenants accounted for?
in phase one, so they've got the Central Coast Distillery, who used to be downtown, Forager Winery, Forager Distillery, and then they have a restaurant coming, and I don't know who the restaurant is, so I'm very curious.
So that hasn't been disclosed yet. The
No,
restaurant.
but the lease is signed, and I think they're building that out. But Valley Fresh and the distillery are going to open probably right about the same time, and that's the first two buildings. There's another one over here that'll be the restaurant. I did hear UCLA Health is getting closer to opening.
That's
and
across the street.
It's across the street over
Right.
by Taco Bell and Home 2 Suites with the new gas station, which is a little ways out. But that's that giant canopy that everybody keeps talking about.
That's the one that's across from the gas station? No, that's the RV park.
No, so it's right next to Home 2 Suites.
There's
That
going to be a
hotel?
gas station over there too?
There is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I know, you'd think with all these electric cars, we're not going to need as many, but it was the last one planned in Atascadero. That'll be probably our last gas station for a while.
Where?
Literally between Taco Bell and Home 2 Suites. Right there on Del Rio. So you get off the freeway, and it's at the very north corner.
I
right
thought
there.
that was the parking lot for the hotel.
No, there's
Okay, so
something
that's
in between. There's something in between
there
the two
is.
of them. Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually a pretty big space. It's where Armette's
Right, the
Agape
Christmas
tree
tree.
farm.
Yep.
Yeah, so there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't, I guess you don't see that because there's so much stuff. I just assumed that was part.
Yeah.
So I thought that's where UCLA was going.
They're going in the 5 suites that are right next to Taco Bell that look
Okay.
like retail kind of
In the
right
back.
along the freeway. Yeah, and that's a really big deal for us.
Okay.
I don't know if everybody understands, but it's really challenging for us on the Central Coast to attract healthcare because we're in a rural county versus LA. Metropolitan areas, the reimbursement rate for medical from insurance and stuff is like double in the other areas. And so if you're a doctor, you're not making as much here. So I'm hoping that, I don't know how it works, but if they're a UCLA branch from there, maybe they can get some, great talent. We'll have a cancer center, oncology center here. So,
And then you got Del Rio on the other side of the freeway that hasn't started anything.
but they're actively
it's
leasing.
already approved.
Yep, and they're starting to do, they put in for their off-site improvements, which is usually a really good sign that they're going to start moving forward, and that is like curb, sidewalk, street improvements to get to the project. Once they do that, they're kind of committed. They're moving forward because you can plan and entitle an entire project and then just be like, okay, I did it, and you can sell it to someone. And that's a high value. Because once it's entitled to have, 20 homes on it or lots of retail or a tin city like Barrel Creek over there on that other side of the freeway, you can sell it for whatever the value will be with that land use. But right now it's just a big open field, right? So that's kind of these are the last couple big pieces of our town, and we're hoping everybody's come in with really good proposals to design them right, because you don't get that land back, and we're slowly running out of developable property. But if you do it right the first time and you really think about it, like what it's going to do for our community and our residents,
I feel like you guys would have
doing a
got or the developer or whoever would have got a lot of pushback from the residents that are around that area.
They did. They actually redesigned the project, I think, twice to front Apple Valley with homes of similar style and scale. So you will see from the freeway that it's a commercial development, and there's going to be a hotel, like a 120-room hotel, and some really beautiful Tin City kind of 10,000 square foot, warehousey sort of things that'll have like, maybe a meat shop or a brewery or something like that, and maybe some entertainment. But for the most part, you'll see if you're at Apple Valley on Del Rio, you're going to see the same kind of homes on the same street. And then you just come in and you drop down into the retail area. So they did a good job of mirroring kind of what was happening there. So you didn't feel like all of a sudden.
So it wasn't completely out of place.
No, and it was a good compromise, I think, and workaround that they got to. I wasn't here for all the original discussions, but I started at the city almost 4 years ago and got to kind of watch how they tailored it a little bit to the neighborhood's concerns. And I think they did a pretty good job of listening and making it work. At least people are, you know, still, nobody wants anything to happen. When you see an open field and you buy your house, you're like, I get to look at this open field. So it's
forever.
It's a shock. And when you realize, no, it belongs to someone and it's a private property and eventually they want to make some money and do something that's right for the city. And you just hope they get it right. You know, you hope it's feeling like it's not like you just plopped into some, you know, urban inner city area. So I think they did a good job, and it will be very much that Tin City feel of like agrarian, you know, barn style, you know, tin roof, something like that kind of vibe. So
cool.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Well, it's 8:29. Let's take another break, and we will be right back to the Morning Brew.
My name is Jennifer Borhone Wescombe.
And I'm Haley Wescombe from Borhone Auto Center. Borhone Auto Center is a family-owned and operated GMC dealership. We are your go-to dealership for quality vehicles. With a vast inventory and personalized service, we are here to make your purchase seamless.
Whether it's a luxurious Yukon or a rugged Sierra, we have the perfect ride for you. Come see us today to experience the Borhone family difference. We are located on the corner of Highway 46 East and Golden Hill Road in Paso Robles.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Morning Brew, guys. We are here with Lorelei Capel with the City of Atascadero. Visit Atascadero and all things that have to do with fun in Atascadero.
Yeah.
So, Lorelei, tell me what is happening. Let's see, we got Big Lots that's, you know, obviously vacant there. You got the Kmart shopping center. There's all kinds of speculation I shouldn't say, there's speculation, there's also desire.
Yeah.
You know, bowling alleys, inside go-kart racing, Mexican food restaurant.
I've heard all of these. All of these except for that last one.
Right? What do we got going on in those?
So I just spoke to the owner of Kmart, Strata Properties, this week. I just check in with folks with vacant properties often and said, hey, I'm going to the ICSC convention. I go every couple years. It's called the International Shopping Center Convention, where you meet retailers that could fill some of these spaces. So we've got a vacant space where Big Lots left. We've got Kmart. We've got a couple other spaces like empty pads over by Home Depot. There's 3 empty pads that are kind of invisible. They look like parking spaces now, but they were planned for development. And you've got our downtown, like right next to our movie theater. You've got a hole in the middle of the donut. You've got a space where there was a hotel plan that stopped during COVID. You've got, and now even Bank of America is now, has now closed. So we've got a couple spaces we need to fill. There, if you do the numbers, we're leaking some numbers. People are shopping elsewhere because they can't get men's white socks or white underwear in Atascadero.
Right.
There's things you cannot get. Back to school shopping. So Kmart has been working, the gentleman who owns Kmart has been working on bringing in a retailer like a Ross or a TJ Maxx or something, and he's been working with people to get a lease signed.
So he's out there fishing for his own.
He's been doing that, yeah.
Versus just sitting back and saying, hey, I've got a space.
Yes. And the day that he knew he could start signing leases was October 1st, 2024. Until October 1st, 2024, Kmart was still paying on the lease. And you see that in a lot of cities, like, you know, downtown in San Luis Obispo. Like, they've got some vacancies, and usually there's a story behind it like ours. So anyway, this gentleman's looking to fill it with, you know, some kind of home goods, probably a grocer. Most places like a Ross want to be next to a grocery store. Well, we have quite a few of those, and we have a new one going in, but he's talking with those kind of folks right now. I think he's filled up, he's split Kmart in half, is what's happening, is he's kind of leased it, and he'll do one big
I heard
tenant
there's some
improvement.
activity there.
Yeah, he hasn't done it yet, but the lights are on and he's starting to draft up his plans, and he has a pretty good architect that's done a lot of work regionally. So he's going to divide it in half, and maybe three tenants will go in there. I think he has like 10 or 20,000 square feet left, and it was 70. So that means like 30 maybe and 10 is what he's going to do. And then he might even start developing some other pads on that property. It's overparked. You have a lot of opportunity for there, but he wants to do something like an outdoor space that's very not so strip mall. I think he has plans to do something. He wants to give it a good facelift, maybe put some like beautiful rock on the bottom and do something. We're going to work with him. We haven't seen any plans, but he's starting to lease. So finally, it has been a huge, like just sad, just empty space for a very long time. So hopefully I can meet some good folks that want to expand in Atascadero. I'm talking to things like Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm talking to people like, TJ Maxx, Ross, Nordstrom Rack. I know we have a lot of those in the cities to the north and the south, but some of them are looking to expand regardless. I know that Bed Bath & Beyond is, even though they closed and went bankrupt, they've come overstock, has partnered with them, and they're starting to open up brick and mortars again. So maybe there's an opportunity for some of those things that we just are leaking tax revenue on, and our residents really need in order to just do their daily shopping and get their needs done. So
what about the Big Lots? Anything projected there?
Well, interesting. We keep thinking about indoor recreation. You keep talking about that. That thing has some pretty high ceilings and can do some stuff. It's 24,000 square feet, and the realtor, Philip Kyle, is entertaining all sorts of ideas. But I've been talking to, like, what about an indoor soccer place? What about an indoor kind of training facility for our kids? Jiu-Jitsu just opened up, Gracie Barra there. So what if we had it be sort of this center for indoor fun, or something like that, or recreation? I think it could be really cool. So until those leases are signed, and of course that's a private business to private business kind of thing, all I can do is meet with people and say, hey, Atascadero's up and coming. You should really take a look at it, and hope some of these retailers or businesses, even indoor rock climbing, those people are all there, Waltopia. And basically, I go to this conference up in Monterey, and we do this line up 30-minute meetings or an hour meeting with each company and say, hey, this would be great for us. Here's the numbers. Here's how many rooftops we have in Atascadero. I think this would be a really good opportunity for you and your retail business. So
we always look at this stuff like that, like you said, rock climbing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, how many people you need to make this space work? But you could always just put like wine tasting or a distillery in the middle 100%. Of all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, these guys are climbing rocks over there. Because, let's be honest, people that climb, people that exercise, people that go hiking, what do they do afterwards?
Yeah.
They go and have a beer,
relax.
They go and have a glass of wine, a couple of them, so I have that facility,
You're onto
do all that
something.
around it.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, come right in the middle, and you have your wine.
You guys need to put Andretti's there. Have you guys ever heard of Andretti's?
What?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a badass go-karting place.
I so agree with you.
Oh.
Have you ever been there?
No.
It's a huge it's a 2-story go-kart, so you go up 2 stories, go down. The center of the place is a giant bar for the parents. There's a bowling alley, and then there's all these arcade games all mixed around the whole thing.
Okay.
It's amazing.
I've been to one kind of in Arizona that sounds a lot like that. I don't know what it was called. But
that's where we were at. It was at Andretti's.
Well, bowling alleys, movie theaters now, people are streaming online. It's just changed, but now the ones that are successful is called Alamo Draft House. I met with them last time I went to this, and they remove some of the theaters and they turn them into a couple bowling lanes. They have a pub in the middle. They have movie screens, and they have an arcade. So then you're all, it's like the family fun center. It's not just one thing. You're coming for all of it, and it's for everybody. If mom wants to go have her Whistle Pig over at the bar, she goes and
Whistle
has her
Pig.
drink.
That's the new whiskey drink.
She wants to have a drink over at the bar. Kids are watching a movie or, rock climbing up there. The movie theater has very high ceilings. It would be perfect for like the Crux climbing gym to take that back suite that's facing like Round Table Pizza. Those ceilings are so high. You could do one of those rappelling, very simple rock climbing places. I've talked to the pad in San Luis. It's like, other than the $1 million build out you need for tenant improvements, it's like, hey, they'd come in a heartbeat. We just have to figure out who's going to build it out for them. So
yeah, for
there's
sure.
all sorts of creative ideas.
All kinds of stuff happening. Well, Lorelei, this was fun.
Always
Thanks for coming in and sharing what's happening there in Atascadero.
Yeah, always good to see you.
Thank
you.
I still don't think we got any really good, stuff. Like, but we'll get some. You'll
So
break
much more
one of these
coming.
times.
Yeah.
One of these times you'll break.
I'm
but
not keeping secrets. I'm just talking. I'm flowing. It's the
that's good
morning- the
information.
morning
You guys got
flow.
a lot of stuff happening in Atascadero.
Yeah.
Which, so you guys got your next big event coming up is Craft Beer
Yep,
Fest this
Craft
year.
Beer
this
Fest
month.
coming up. And then right after that, we're going straight into May, Tamale Fest. So
Tamale,
Yeah.
Wine Fest,
Yep.
Brew at the Zoo.
all of it.
It's your season's starting.
Yep. Make sure you just check it out. Visit Atascadero. It's got all the dates and so much happening downtown. So
Yeah. Now, can you go to Visit Atascadero and get alerts on events and stuff like that?
you can sign up. Yep.
Okay.
You can sign up for a newsletter and
Okay.
it'll tell you, hey, this is
right
coming.
there, visit Atascadero.com.
Yep. Tickets are on sale. All those things. So.
And you guys will
Yeah.
send out alerts, send out
Yep.
updates of what's happening in Atascadero,
Yep.
and any last minute, sip and shops or strolls
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
concerts in the park
Yeah.
or any of that kind of
And
stuff.
our ribbon cutting for the El Camino project, you'll finally get to have a reward for all the patience that everybody's had while they're trying to navigate the cones.
You're like, this is for you guys. Thank you.
It is.
Thank you.
Meet your merchants.
Here's some
Yeah.
Whiskey Pete. What's it called?
Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig. Whistle Pig for everybody.
I love
Awesome.
it.
Thanks, Lorelai.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you
Thanks.
guys and the city of Atascadero for being a part of what we do here on What's Up North County
You bet.
and coming on and having fun with us. We
Always.
appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in to What's Up North County Morning Brew. And if you guys need some more information on what's happening there in Atascadero, you can go to visitatascadero.com. Make sure you guys get on over to whatsupnorthcounty.com as well, because you can go to all of our social links. You can get your handy dandy What's Up North County posse hat, and you can be one of the crew, just like the scooter crew that Lorelai is. But as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Esquire Wine Travelers Hideaway, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, MGP Coatings, North County Junk Removal, The Trailer Barn, Story Termite Pest Control, Borhone Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, and Suprema Meat Markets. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today. We can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hi, it's Alex with Suprema Meat Market. We are a Mexican meat market with a taqueria. Come enjoy our high quality cuts and meats. We offer choice and prime Harris Ranch beef, as well as chicken, seafood, and pork items. In the taqueria, all of our tacos come with handmade tortillas. We also offer specialty items like chilaquiles and chile rellenos. Come enjoy Taco Tuesday with Suprema. We offer our tacos at $1.99 each. Suprema Meat Market is located at 8950 Montecito Avenue in Atascadero.
Are you tired of looking at that worn out concrete garage floor, patio, or porch? Look no further than MGP Coatings, where customer service reigns supreme. Our team goes above and beyond to ensure your satisfaction every step of the way. Before we even start coating, we meticulously repair your concrete, ensuring a flawless finish that lasts. And here's the best part. Our Pentec coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy, so they won't chip or peel, making maintenance a breeze. Plus, they come with a limited lifetime warranty. Call us today at 805-952-5301 or check out our Facebook and Instagram and experience the MGP coating difference. Don't wait. Transform your garage, patio, porch, or driveway and become a part of the MGP coating family.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hi, this is Omid
And Deanna.
at North County Junk Removal. We are a business known for helping our neighbors and our community.
Let us help you save money and get rid of any unwanted items.
And rest assured that our professional team adheres to global standards of safety and recycling. We are fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind.
We are locally owned and operated, and we look forward to helping you with all your junk removal needs.
Please call us at 805-769-6966.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We are all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.